This might be one of the craziest starts to an episode. Not because it's like a great moment though, it's just that they made Kiba look so bad. Something I'll give this episode and this fight is that it feels like it's been going on since before they were on screen. That helps keep the episode and the 3 conflicts flowing. Cause if we had to sit here and let this fight catch up to the other 2, then I'm not gonna lie, that might have made people hate Kiba even more.
Hangover fang!
Cool touch, but Kiba doesn't know how to walk on water. So I guess he learned Piss Jutsu before a more advanced level of chakra control.
It's hard to believe the 4 of them are taking this much time. Do you think the Leaf Village sent some of their heavy hitters after them?
It's kinda crazy that the Sasuke retrieval team has done so good that Kabuto thinks this. There's really only 2 people there that can maybe be described as a heavy hitter, which is of course Neji and Naruto. But even that is only relative to the rest of the Genin and maybe the Chunin.
Tayuya's blood boils just as hot as Sakon's does.
Oh, I wonder what this tells us. Maybe that Tayuya and Sakon are of similar strength, but then also stronger than Kimimaro and Jirobo? Nah, I'm just overthinking it.
There sure is a lot of garbage scattered around here. But trash is just trash after all.
Kimimaro reacting like this is wild. There's like 100 shadow clones here and he's just nonchalant final boss. Like, he knows he'll get out of this, so he just doesn't care. He'll just take care of it and move on. So, you know this song and all the other ones that Tayuya plays? Well, they're actually not a part of the released OST. Apparently they're unreleased OST, which is kind of an oxymoron, but I'm pretty sure it just means the music was made for this and only this. And if that's the case, then, I mean, that's kind of cool. Also, is it just me or is this song really iconic? Maybe it's just iconic to me because Shikamaru is my favorite character in Naruto and Tayuya is my favorite out of the Sound Ninja 5. Obviously excluding Kimimaro.
So she controls him with that flute!
Okay, hot take. There's a lot of unique weapons in Naruto, like Hidan's scythe, Kidomaru's bow, those 7 swords that have no correlation. Well, in my personal opinion, Tayuya's flute is one of the coolest. As we see right here, she can funnel the chakra through it to control the grunts. And we're only gonna get into it more as we go along. Isn't it weird that Tayuya's curse mark is one of the only ones we actually see? Like, out of all the Sound Ninja 5, she's the only one where we see the original curse mark. Obviously, not including Kimimaro.
She keeps getting further away. What do I do? What do I do?
This original matchup for Shikamaru and Tayuya is actually really interesting. Tayuya initially has the advantage with her grunts, but she's also standing still. So if Shikamaru were somehow to evade the grunts, he would then have the advantage since it would be easy to get her with shadow possession. Oh, wait, that happens? No way.
Usually, Ukon just sleeps inside of me. But when the moment calls for it, he comes out to play.
So this is his ability.
Fuck you mean his? There's 2 of them. Like, I guess it's Ukon's, but how would he know that? I actually think their ability is probably the most unique out of the original Sound Ninja 5, but they go more into detail about it later in the episode, so I'll talk about it then.
He can poke his arms, legs, and head out of anywhere in my body to either attack or defend, just like this.
Okay, this has gotta be some next level rage bait. They knew this was crazy, and Akamaru fell for it.
Let's wrap this up. We're going to phase 2.
I like how they're just not messing around. They plan to end this fight as quickly as possible. That helps to up the stakes. And with the other 2 conflicts happening at the same time, it makes the climax of this arc seem like it's approaching really fast.
As soon as that other guy popped out, his chakra increased tenfold.
Okay, so question about the curse mark. How does it work? I'm pretty sure Kiba's actually referring to the curse mark here. The dub just made it sound confusing. So if it was that his chakra got a big boost, is the curse mark like drugs? You take it, feel good in the moment, then don't? That's gotta be it, right? I'm not about to sit here and overanalyze drugs, but like stage 1 would be a soft drug like weed, while stage 2 would be like that one Elton John song. I like how Kimimaro just easily takes care of the clones. I don't know if this is just me, but whenever someone's fighting against Naruto and they easily handle multiple clones at once, it always feels like it sets a strong tone. Like if Naruto can't just overwhelm them, he's gonna have to get more creative. And not only that, but it shows his enemy is pretty capable, which is something that's pretty evident here.
I suppose it's time to get serious. I'm ending this fight right now.
First off,
So that was a fucking lie.
second off, this shot has a fisheye lens. In film, they're used to convey a ton of different things. In fact, Naruto as a show has already used them to show uneasiness. In this shot, it's not only used to show that, but also to subtly tell us that Kimimaro is going to have no problem beating Naruto's clones. Kimimaro looks a lot larger than Naruto's clones. Almost like it looks like he's above them. There's a lot of shots like this in Naruto where they use clever shot composition to show a lot, and if you're a fan of stuff like that, chances are you pick up on it.
These guys are persistent, but I'm starting to get the picture here.
I like that Shikamaru is immediately assessing the fight. I feel like with the grunts constantly attacking him, that's probably something that's really hard, but since he's the GOAT, he does it, and that helps him a ton later in this fight.
If we whip out that jutsu, we'll use up what little chakra we have left, and when it's over, we won't be able to move.
I like that this ups the stakes, but I also like that it shows Kiba hesitating. When we've seen Kiba fight in the past, he's always seemed to be confident in the moves he and Akamaru make, so him now not being on board with Akamaru shows he's maybe not super focused. Speaking of, this is actually a callback to the prelims, when Kiba bit himself to calm down and focus. Akamaru here is doing that for Kiba, and it works. He locks in, and they end up using the jutsu Akamaru was pushing for. Cool touch, but Kiba's hoodie actually gets knocked off his head here, cause the punch was just that powerful.
Now, Akamaru! Dynamic marking!
What kind of cheap trick is that?
Okay, is it not hilarious that Kiba's special jutsu requires Akamaru to piss on the enemy? That's like the goofiest shit in the world. I do like how it's unique to him and his clan though. It makes him, in turn, a more unique character. I like how this jutsu is actually intimidating. No offense to the Kiba fans, you know, all three of you, but Kiba's other jutsu is kind of funny. Sure, it looks cool and all, but it's kind of silly in concept. So him now having something that's actually scary is good, because it makes him feel like less of a goober. Instead, he's now just a giant dog.
Son of a...
I'm gonna give this jutsu its flowers soon, but why did it have to be called the same exact thing as his other jutsu? Like, if it was called something completely different, it maybe would have been more memorable. One thing I really like about this jutsu is just its pure power. It literally ripped these two in half. They have to be rotating so fast to do that, like it's insane.
Careful, kid, don't get ahead of yourself.
First off, how creepy is this? This arc has its fair share of censorship, but how did this get through? I'm surprised they didn't get the My Hero treatment with the Nomus. Second off, I like the predicament this now puts them in. If anything, they only really help them here. And they only have one shot, then they pretty much lose. And this is their big move, so if they fail, they're 100% screwed.
Only one more chance for Wolf, fang over fang. The next shot will be our last.
I like how this ups the stakes. If they fail here, they lose. But if they get the shot off, then they have a much higher chance at winning. This makes it so no matter what, this conflict will die down soon. And that allows them to focus on the two more interesting fights.
Summoning jutsu! Rashomon!
First off, remember at the start of this arc, Kiba said this?
The wall's a wall, and there's no wall I can't punch a hole through.
Well,
So that was a fucking lie.
on a real note, just like what Sakon and Ukon said, this is impressive on its own. The Rashomon gates are supposed to be an insane defense, so the fact he made this big of a dent is more of an accomplishment than a failure. Unfortunately, it does now mean that the plan failed, so they're boned, which in turn is what people remember this as. To be honest, I feel like this is the big turning point in the fight. not them failing with their attack. Cause Akamaru getting hurt means more to Kiba, and he takes that a lot more serious. And I think that's really good, cause it helps create a striking difference between both sides of this fight. Sakon and Ukon argue a lot, and they seem to not really look out for each other. On the other hand though, Akamaru and Kiba have a tight bond and are fighting to uphold it.
Where'd the other one go?
Boo. Looking for someone, kid?
Okay, I'm talking about this cause, I have free will. I swear, this reveal is scarier in the manga. I know a lot of people call out the censorship with Shikamaru that happens later in this arc, but this one's more egregious. You know that Naruto remake that was announced, which is, allegedly, finally coming out soon? Well, if they're just remaking some of the older scenes, they should remake something like this, just so it has the impact it was supposed to have.
Face it, you're in over your head, little dog.
Wait, hold on a minute. Okay, I can't be going crazy here. I could have sworn Keen said the exact same thing in the prelims. Did Orochimaru just teach the Sound Ninja like voice lines or something? Like, it's way too much of a coincidence.
You know that the network in our bodies through which chakra passes is deeply interwoven with our organs, do you not?
We actually do know that. During Neji vs Hinata, that was kind of a big thing. Ukon's ability is so cool. He can break down the chakra and in turn the cells within his body, then merge with someone else. Then he can do the same thing to the person he just merged with. But since they're not used to their cells breaking down in their body, it kills them. Like, that's such a good idea for an ability, especially one that a villain has, and it's on some horror movie shit. The fact that they die not long after this is kind of insane. Okay, so fun fact about this episode. There's just like 4 minutes of flashback here. And while technically speaking, it does have a purpose in showing Kiba and Akamaru as a team, it does come off as lazy and like they're saving budget. I have a theory though to why they did do this and why they've been saving their budget for the past few episodes. So the climax of this arc, Naruto vs Sasuke, is coming up pretty soon. And the one that directed that episode was Atsushi Wakabayashi. We've seen him before, and I've brought him up in the past. He did Sasuke vs Orochimaru and Hiruzen vs Orochimaru. His animation style is a little more unique. The characters are a lot more animated, they tend to include a lot more fluid choreography, and overall, it creates a faster paced fight. But that style for animation probably costs a little more money. So my theory is they probably had decided beforehand he would handle the majority of that fight because he's the fucking GOAT. And so right now, they're just saving as much budget as they can so Wakabayashi can just cook during the climax.
We've always been a team. Together. Wherever we went. But I think this time we're sunk, old friend.
I like how he thinks of Akamaru in this moment. Him thinking of Akamaru in what could be his last moments make us feel for him. And it further shows how close their bond truly is.
You're crazy!
Time for you to die.
This is such a good moment and a great way to end the episode. It's a genuinely good character moment for Kiba. If he's gonna die, then he wants to die alongside Akamaru. And seeing him like this made his decision easy. And while, sure, neither of them actually die here, they still risk their life with the other in mind. And like, I said it with Neji, but the amount of self-control you need to do this is insane, and it actually makes Kiba somewhat more likable. So this episode is an okay bounce back from the last one. Not like perfect, but we're getting there. The action is good. I like that we're constantly switching from each fight. I like that Kiba specifically is focused on first because, objectively speaking, he's the least compelling character. The pacing of this episode is fine until 4.5 minutes of flashback just smack us in the face. Naruto and Kimimaro were also noticeably sidelined in this episode, but that's fine because they get their moments later. And overall, this episode is just pretty inoffensive for the most part. There's really not much else to say, it's just like one of those episodes. If you want to support me more than just watching this video, you can become a member on Patreon. And yeah, next episode, to each his own battle. Okay.